Hi, it is me. Today I'm actually going to a meetup. I'm actually going outside. So I thought I would show you how I do my makeup before going out to a pretty casual meet. I don't really know anything about makeup. I do sewing. I can talk all day about yolks and like wool fibers. Like, talk to me about that. Ask me questions about that. I know about that. I don't really know about makeup, so it's kind of a tutorial, but not really. Like the fun thing about Lolita really is that there isn't really a set makeup style. It's much more about the clothing. So I'll just hop into it, and you can just cringe at how bad it is. Okay, so you start with foundation. I use the Fenty Beauty one because good luck finding your skin tone range if you're a person of color, if you're brown. And I just put like a tiny bit on my hand, and then I apply it with my hands. And I don't have a mirror in front of me, so I'm gonna use my viewfinder in my phone, which I guess is just a screen. So this is probably gonna look really weird. But I normally start from the outer corner, and I just drag it inwards to make it look kind of natural, if that makes sense. So when we get to the inside, there isn't as much of the foundation. So you see the natural skin tone a bit. I don't know. I think I saw that somewhere once. And that's why I just do it. So I actually remember when the makeup launched because I remember going to try it out. I think it was on the week. It was on the day. It was like the week or something. It launched and I had to wait in a line. And well, I am British, so I like waiting in queues. It is literally in the name. So that was fine. But it was just a bit of surprise how, like, it was just a really big deal. Like, not even me, like, people who are really pale also can't find skin tone foundation that they want, and it was probably really good for them. And also, one main thing is like contour and other makeup. A lot of companies will just make foundation and forget that people want other kinds of makeup. I remember people using like eyeshadows and things like that to try and finesse getting contours because companies would go, "Oh, we've made your foundation," but we didn't think that like you would want to do other kinds of makeup as well. You know, who would have thought that? I think it's kind of how I think more companies do wider shade ranges. It's probably not the most genuine, but at least it's something. And I hope there's more like affordable foundations for everyone because I don't think teenage me would have been able to afford it. This foundation. But yeah, I remember back in the day they would be like, just go to Mac. Mac's very good, and we didn't have one where I live for the longest time, and at that time we didn't have it at all. And like online shopping, who was she, and how are you gonna realize what your shade is online, especially in that time? So just for years, I haven't really messed around with makeup because it just never really felt like it was really for me. I don't know. I mean, I'd be interested if anyone else has a similar experience to me, and I'm not sure. And I'm looking in the viewfinder. I think I could add a bit more coverage. I think I've got a bit of hyperpigmentation there from what I can see. But also my glasses aren't on, so I'm looking in a camera and everything's a bit blurry as well. So this probably is going to look an absolute mess. Okay, I'm going to do eyes, which I'm bad at. I've got like a black liquid eyeliner. I'm not good at liquid eyeliner. It's an art form in of itself, which I haven't mastered. So I'm going to try and just do a slight up flick, like slightly, or maybe I might do a straight across, some weird in between of that. So I think I have almond shaped eyes, I think. So it has a quite slight upturn to it, so I just want to follow the natural shape of my eye. I guess almond eyes are like the fashionable eye shape as well, like everyone wants a brow lift. So I guess that worked out, but I would say just follow the natural shape of your eyes. I can't see what I'm doing. That is really bad. That's really shaky. It's really shaky. I'm just gonna drag it out. This is why I'm known for sewing really well and not doing makeup. We're just gonna follow that line. Like you think the fact I'm a professional illustrator, you'd think some of the skills would transfer, because it's essentially like drawing on your face. But this is very like MySpace emo looking kind of makeup. Pre-YouTube makeup tutorial. I don't know what I'm doing, which to be honest I also do kind of love. But isn't really the look I'm trying to go for today. But yeah, you know. Alright, since I'm actually going out, I'm gonna actually put some false eyelashes on because I know I can't be bothered to do it. So I'm gonna start out. From what I remember, you've got to curl your eyelashes first before you apply mascara, because otherwise, if you do it the other way around, you can damage it. So just go in. Where is that? I think that's it. Is that it? Oh, it's really difficult when you don't have any like decent eyesight. Should probably just put my glasses on. But then how would you do your makeup? One fun thing is I have really long eyelashes, which is lovely, but sometimes they actually get stuck in my eye. Often while sleeping, so often middle of the night I have to get up and try and get them out. So I actually tend to curl eyelashes fairly often just to keep the eyelashes out of my eye. Because most of them are long and curl upwards, but some of them just stay downwards, and that's where the problem lies. So this is fun and helps with the makeup look, but also prevents that from happening. I've got some generic false eyelashes. The main thing is they're slightly longer on the outside and the outer corners compared to the inner corners. That's the style I like. That's the only reason I really chose them. So I should be fine with false eyelashes because around the 2010 era I had dolly winks in all the time. So this isn't anything new to me, but again, not good at makeup, so we'll see how this goes. I think that's done. The main thing I do remember is don't stick the false eyelash actually on your natural eyelash eyeline, because when removing it, it can damage the eyelashes, or at least that's what I remember being told. So I normally apply it slightly above, just on the eyelid. And I think, oh god, so I think it's kind of glued my eyelids together a little bit at the top because I have a eyelid crease, but it's very low down, so it often gets caught. So that's fun. That's going to annoy me throughout the day when I'm blinking, but it's fine. So for mascara, I use this one. Just because I use a tubing mascara, if I use an average mascara, it's rubbed off on my face and it looks like I haven't slept in 100 years. So isn't really the look we're going for right now. Yeah, I kind of feel like a strange drunken Regency person in this, with like my lips ruffly collar and like a badly tied silk scarf. Yeah, I don't know why people watch this. So I'm just going to apply mascara to try and blend the two eyelashes together. I'm just going to apply like a tubing mascara to my eyes again. Tubing mascara is just a lot less resistant to rubbing off all over my face. But I'm sure anyone will do that works for you. I'm going to emphasize the mascara on the outer corners because that's the kind of eye shape I want, but it is just more about blending them in with the shape of the false eyelashes. Be fine. It's got like an orangey red kind of colour, which I think just goes well with my kind of warmish, neutralish undertone. I'm just gonna pop it on the apples, the cheeks, and just blend it out. And it doesn't matter if it looks a little bit heavy-handed because we're going for a lolita look anyway, which for me is a bit overdone. Like, you're already wearing a giant dress with a petticoat and like 50 accessories in your hair and like sky-high platforms because you're old school trash and you miss 90s lolita. So you're already looking a little bit ridiculous. I'm going to do my lips. I've just got a lip liner in like a grape aubergine kind of colour. And just to like this, I quite like liquid lipsticks. I tend to go with them. They remind me of like lip stains, and a lot of the time tinted lip balms, they don't show off on my skin. They're not meant for people as pigmented as me, so I just go for a full-on liquid lipstick. So I tend to just line the middle like that, and then the side like that. Yeah. And then I'll just blend that in. Alright, so I've just put this wig up into, well, I call them shiny bumps. I think other people call them Bantu knots. It's just like a traditional, just afro hairstyle, but it's very good at just defining curls in hair. I don't really know how else to put it. It's just an easy way I find it to curl hair. So, to be honest, I think because this wig is quite straight, it doesn't take the curls very well. But isn't much of a problem. As you can see, we'll just loosen it up and just finger detangle it a bit, and you'll get like that. So I'll just keep doing that, and I'll come back at the end when it's done. Okay, we're done with that. Just bring the fringe forward a bit there. So I like to follow styling and fashion on a surprise. So I don't know if you've heard of like the essences, but I think I have a pretty natural essence. So I tend to add body and curl to my wigs because I think that complements my face better. I feel like when like I'm all pinned back and like when my hair was up, my face looks a bit weird. It looks really big and just strange. And I think having a more messier bodied hairstyle and a more slicked back hairstyle looks nicer. I think if you're looking for different hairstyles or you're doing just typical, if you're doing some looks and you think it looks a bit off, it's good just to look at something like that, just to find out how to just complement your own natural shape, because I feel everyone can look really beautiful and look really cute or whatever you want. It's just a lot of the time we don't have the knowledge over the style that will perfectly complement what we look like. So I wanted to keep accessories quite simple. I like to emphasize the messiness, kind of the tousled wave, is that what it is? Kind of energy of the wig. So I've got a matching honey cake ring because I'm wearing honey cake today, so I'll pop that in a bit. But I've literally got like this old, 1 minute. I've literally got this like old lace headband, which was just a modern headband that was elasticated. This was gifted to me years ago, and you can see the elastic is just completely just eroded. It's just not doing its job anymore. But this part is just a really nice lace part, so I tend to just keep using this because why not just keep using it? Why throw it away? So I'll just pop it on. It's kind of inspired by like a French hood, but also nothing like a French hood because it's laying flat on the head. And from what my limited knowledge of that era is, the shapes do tend to change, but they tend to more stick upwards. So obviously because the elastic is completely eroded, this is going to awfully shift around my shift around my head. So I'm going to need something to keep in place. So I've just got these. These are just two simple, I think they're like cream beige kind of bows, but they're a similar color to the headband. So these are just going to be our glorified pins, but they're also going to look really cute. So I'm just going to put one on either side, and this is going to be challenging to do. Let's start with this side. So we're just going to put it through the lace, and we're going to catch some hair and then clip it down like that. It's going to be difficult on this side. Let's go this way, aren't we? So we're going to do the same thing. Pick up some lace, pick up some of the hair, pin it. Oh, yeah. That one looks like a placement's a bit strange. Is it a bit too forward, I think? I think that placement is okay, but I might change it. So I'm going to bring a few strands of hair forward. I tend to like having that. Something that looks quite lived in. And oh, I have such a big forehead. I've got like a 5 head. Oh. But yeah, I'll probably just look at them. Should I change? I'll change the placement of that one a bit. Yeah, it's basically the style I go with. It's quite simple because I'm not very good at makeup yet, and as I said, you can do pretty much any style you want in the Lolita, but if you're looking for some inspiration or just something to start off with, hope this has helped you. Hopefully maybe you've even got some tips for wig styling, or even how to do some really simple and easy headgear if you don't have a matching head bow or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure you can get lace quite easily, and like these are just hair accessories which you can get pretty much anywhere. So yeah, I will go to the meet, and then hopefully I'll get some nice colored outfit pictures and videos and things like that, so we can see the whole look in the wild.